again.
No, don't do it again. Oh, we're already live, man.
Oh,
not live,
shit.
but we're recording.
We're recording.
What's up? What's up?
What up, peoples?
Welcome to another episode of the Immigrants Show.
The Immigrant Show.
Tonight, it's a little bit chilly in New York, and that's why my man is happy about wearing pants. Because he's like, finally, I waited months. He doesn't
Bro,
like shorts.
I wore pants the last episode.
I know, and it was super hot. And you were like, fuck, I should have worn shorts. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like,
Oh, is that what happened?
yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's like, if it's the summer, I don't care if you wear them runner shorts too. Like,
Oh no, I like shorts. What are you talking about? I was wearing shorts for the most part of the summer because it was hot.
oh yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, it was hot.
You don't pay attention to me, man. It's fucked up. He's getting married, so now he got no time for his boy.
Yeah, that is true.
Messed up,
As
bro.
you know, fucking getting married and planning a wedding is a second job. Like, unless you have somebody else do it for you, it's a second job. Dude, everything from the flowers
Oh yeah,
to like what you're gonna wear.
yeah, and it's funny because to me, I feel like these are all easy. There should be easy tasks, but they're just so. I gotta do, gotta do this, gotta do that. Yes, it's enjoyable because the outcome, the marriage is is great, but it's just the whole process of the planning and stuff that kind of just gets overwhelming.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, it's also a billion-dollar industry, and
Yeah.
now you understand the reason why.
You gotta find those spots on how to slice and dice,
Yeah, man.
some certain shit.
It is insane, and you don't realize how much it goes into planning a wedding until you're either working an event like that or you do it yourself.
It's funny because I've worked weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I've bartended weddings. I've served weddings.
Meant on. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
Meant on more on the planning side.
Oh, because I was about to say, bro, being on the service side of things, was like, bro, just tell me what I gotta do and it'll get done.
Oh, yeah.
and it's already more clear cut and stuff. Although there are some divas day off, that kind of get a little challenging, but overall, most people are okay.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I would hope so. Don't get married to somebody you don't want to get married to. It's a simple thing.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the stat? It's commonly said that 50% of them they regret who they married. Something like that.
I mean, I know that 48% of marriages end in divorce. But, like there was this dude that said this joke. He goes, but it's also how you look at it, because then you turn around and you're like, oh shit, 52% of marriages end in death. So there goes all the statistics for you.
Yeah, there you go. Statistics, man.
And
it's all on the way you look at it.
Which alternative? Which one would you have?
Oh, I like that. That's great. That's so great.
Yeah, it takes a lot, but hopefully the end product is quite satisfying.
Yeah.
For when my wife and I signed, the party that we threw took about 3 days to prepare. And it was only for 30 people.
Wow.
Or 32 people, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, that takes a lot of time. Now imagine if you have to throw a party for 150 people. And it's that day, and then you have to think about the flower arrangements. That's why on my side, on my wedding, both my wife and I are totally against choosing seats for people.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's gonna be just like, hey, go sit
Pick a seat.
Yeah, pick a seat.
Dibs. Oh snap! That's
dude, like, because otherwise it becomes so frustrating. Like, you have to think about who knows who would mingle well with who, this and that. I'm like, just let people choose the cliques, and let them be within their cliques. Because if you set them to somebody that they don't know, next to somebody that they don't know, it becomes overwhelming at some time for both parties. Because now they have to find common ground and blah blah blah. It's like, nah, let people be clicky.
Oh, yeah, but oh man, see, because we're taking a different approach, and we're trying to, I guess, at the stage we are now. I mean, yours is much closer than mine, so your that decision needs to be more immediate than mine is, because it's next year. Yours is in a month or so. But as of now, it's like, I think I'd rather sit people where I think they would mix well better, because I know we know most of these people, so we could put people together, the ones that have similar interests, so that they have something, so that they're comfortable, because if I just put them on with like some like random people, it's like I'm just throwing shit out there. If I put on like Uncle Phil and like cousin Derek, and they have nothing in common, they're like complete opposites, then that would be challenging, and we could try not to have them sitting together.
I don't know.
You
have a point over there, because I will tell you how I came up with an idea. I went to a Dominican wedding, and they had that, and it was awesome. Like, the group that we were in, we just grabbed the table, like, we were dancing, moving, talking to each other. We didn't exactly spread out to search like for other people, make new friends or anything like that, or meet people. And it was like that with the whole wedding. Like, people just, whoever they knew, they sat with them, they talked, and I was like, wow. And that saves so much time, because now you have to think about like, okay, well, what does George like? And let's say my other brother George, that if I sit them on the same table, they'll not be bored or awkward. And
this time, this way is their fault. You sat next to him. I didn't tell you to sit next to him. Why'd you sit next to him?
That's a good way of looking at it.
I like
too.
it. Yeah. That's tricky. That's
because
amazing.
It happened to me in one wedding where we were seated. So it was our clique, like from the Russian party, right? Like from my Russian friends. So we ended up divided. Now, we were on table 3 and 4, and you would think that the tables are right next to each other, which would make sense. No, the way the venue was split, odd numbers on this side.
Oh, yeah, they do that often. Yeah.
Even numbers on that other side.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I got seated with people I completely don't know. They were super disinteresting. The dude was like, oh, yeah, he was like an older gentleman, a lawyer, and he was like, oh, yeah, well, I haven't been to a gathering since COVID started. And I'm like, motherfucker, it's 2021. Like, how weak do you think your immune system is that if you catch it, mind you, that person had all the vaccinations and everything like that.
You say he was an older guy. You say he was an older guy?
Yeah, he was an older guy.
I mean, he was a little extra careful.
No, I get it. I just don't understand, like, how do you live with yourself like that? Like, that means, like, you're seeing one person at a time.
Sometimes, I at least speaking for myself.
Either that or you're lying, right? Like, it's one of the two.
But like, for at least from my experience, sometimes input is a lot to me. Sometimes I want to see people one at a time. I'm not saying that that's what he was, but I think it's possible to feel comfortable and not talking to many people.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe
that's
maybe
fine.
He's like that. Yeah.
But he didn't come out like that. Like he told me about all his life before COVID, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So it was like COVID was like basically he went from 35 to not 35, but like let's say 80 to 0, like that type of hard stop for him. And I was like, that's a little interesting because like how do you do that now? I understand in the beginning, dude. In the beginning it was scary. Especially in the very beginning. I remember like my dad would take COVID tests to see if he's positive for us to go visit them or not. And like everything would be delivered. And the only time that I'll be outside during the day would be when I take a walk. Because I have to take a walk because otherwise I'm in this box all fucking day long. Right?
Yeah, you were in the city, right?
Yeah, I was in the city.
Bro.
I mean, I survived it pretty well because at the same time I was like just smoking up joints, and I was like, yeah, ain't nothing better to do either way, and I'm saving lives.
Oh man, see, for me, since we're up a little bit north, we were able to, we had the space to just walk outside and not see people. Like there were woods. The trees. So like we would just walk outside, and if we were by ourselves, we would take our masks off because like we're good. But I know a lot of people did not fare well, given the rise on depression because either being isolated or being isolated with people that you don't even like, and at times those were your own family members, which like it's okay, but people need space. I thrive in space. If like I could potentially be left alone for a month. I'll have people come over, like maybe one person at a time or some shit, but I think I'll be fine. That's kind of how my personality is. But yeah, I don't think you spoke to the guy, so I guess you have a better understanding of the guy, but it's not.
No,
It's not that far out in my from my experience to be isolated for a long time and be okay with it.
No. Yeah, but like he also lived in New York City, so that that means you're cooped up in an apartment.
Oof.
Right? I understand if he was living somewhere in Westchester or whatever, like where you at least have a backyard, but he was living somewhere in New York City in a building. And he was like, oh no, and I haven't attended a gathering. I'm like, that's kind of not possible. That means you didn't go to any restaurants. You didn't, like, nothing in New York City during pandemic. Now,
why is it not possible though? I think
no,
that's very possible.
I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that it cannot be that healthy. Dude, we're not talking about like months.
Oh, all right.
We're talking about a year.
Well, he said big gathering. Like, oh man, I don't want to. I don't want to start playing semantics. Like, what does he mean by a big gathering? It's like 50 people, 100 people. Because otherwise, if I could go, I feel like I could get around with just having gatherings of like 20 people, of like 10 people, and be mentally okay.
Well, yeah, exactly.
If he's like a large gathering, does he mean he avoids, like stadiums, plays?
Oh, he definitely avoids stadiums.
That's what I'm saying.
Like to him, I don't think that. I mean, plus stadiums are kind of open, so. I don't know, man.
People
stadiums are kind of open, so.
Oh man, COVID, fun times, man, fun times.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm a little mad that I didn't do a bit more of my time during COVID.
Stop looking in the past, man.
No,
Go
I know. and I do that. It's just now that we just talked about it, I'm like, you know what? Like I could have done a couple more things than what I did already. I was like, I'm too lazy for that. Next pandemic.
Come on, smallpox. No, what is it? Monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
let
We
me,
got vaccine
let me
for
go
that.
get quarantined again. Oh, yeah. Because science is awesome.
Science is the shit, bro.
Bro.
It solves things. Gives you better, deeper understanding.
It observes things, breaks it down, and makes us go, oh, all right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, broski. Oh, it's speaking about science. Did you hear that NASA landed a rocket ship or something on an asteroid?
No,
Yeah. So
they're gonna mine it.
no, the reason they did it is just so that they can prepare for the
For
eventuality. No, man, for an asteroid hitting the planet, so that they could like figure out a way to get rid of it.
Oh, like divert it.
So yeah, like Armageddon, like Bruce Willis.
That's cool.
We're gonna send Bruce Willis to space.
That's
And,
cool.
so you can say
I
this-
wonder how they. So I know that astronaut suits are powered by like gas, but I wonder how they'll be able to create actual thrust in a spaceship. Right, because you cannot create thrust with fire because, or maybe
You wonder
could.
how they're gonna do it or how they do it.
How they're gonna do it, not how they do it. Because
How they gonna do what? Like power a spaceship?
yeah, but like in space for a longer period of time. Because you have to understand.
You mean like just like traveling through space, not just rockets going places.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because rockets going places, we get it, right? Like we use the velocity from Earth.
Yeah, the gravity.
Yeah, we don't use the gravity. I actually find it very.
No. I mean,
Even though that's a possible thing.
they do use the gravity of other planets and other space. What do they call them?
Objects.
Yeah. There's a term,
Space
but
bodies.
but they'll use them to like propel themselves to like do shit. Because
they had
the
this
way
really
it is,
cool
the way
project.
it is like a it's like a blanket, and they can calculate where their dips and such, so they can use them to their advantage when they're traveling through space. It's really fucking awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Science.
That's space science.
Yeah, man. Fucking nerds. Love them.
Yeah, but some of them have like troubles communicating.
Yeah.
But what it is. You can't be smart and communicate at the same time.
Yeah, because they're so focused on these things. That's why we're not all scientists. Your brain's gotta be wired some way that you just want to make things simpler. Like I was telling you, in the last episodes, like the brain just figures things out. It just so their brain just does this, and it's amazing. I love people.
It is. Love people, except Putin.
Oh man, that guy needs a hug.
I think he needs a bullet. But
Oh shit, man.
I think he needs a bullet, but I don't know, man. I don't think
You
can
know
fix
me,
that.
bro. I'm a fucking hippie, man. I understand.
Yeah, but he cannot fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling you, and I gotta send you that video, because I saw this video it's allegedly Mr. Putin or President Putin, he's filmed speaking at a prison, talking to inmates, recruiting them for the Russian army, and he's telling them that if they join, they serve 6 months. After the 6 months, they're free to go and they'll be pardoned. I do not want to call bullshit, but the 6 month mark, just a hunch. It's like, no, motherfuckers, you ain't going nowhere after 6 months.
No, maybe
but,
their sentences are commuted or commenced or whatever the fuck that shit is called.
Right, but I don't
they
think
will
he's
still
gonna
be on the front lines.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like no, because like what he said is that, or at least what's translated is that oh, you're free to go. Verbatim. After the 6 months, you're free to go. Right.
Yeah, no,
right.
there's no way that he's doing that.
Right. That which is what I was like, bro, come on. And he told them, it was like the first. He tells them like he lists 3 sins. The first one is if you don't want to fight, you get shot. You know, they send you to what do they call it? Death by firing squad. The second sin is if you try to do. There's no drugs, no sex, no nothing. Death by firing squad. And I forget what the third one was. But yeah, bro, that shit's tough, man. That shit's fucking tough. I would not. Well, we got.
It's an interesting point. If you're serving life and this dude is like, yeah, if you do this for me, I'm gonna do something else for you. What about political prisoners? Do you think that if one of his fucking like opponents goes to fight that he has imprisoned, he'll let him go after 6 months?
Yeah, right. Well, after his speech, he did say we'll start interviews after this. So I think he's gonna one-on-one people, and he would have to handle the situation. I mean, how would you handle that? It's like if you had one of your political prisoners and you need people for the military, would you trust them to be on your side? I wouldn't. If I was the dictator and I have a political prisoner, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't trust him with. I was like, nah, keep that motherfucker in the hole. You know,
I would do the same. I'm just curious. You know, I don't know how he's thinking.
Unless you're that desperate, you know.
But I mean, apparently he is if he has to go to prisons.
Yeah,
I don't know.
bro.
I don't know much about that war. The last thing I heard was that how the Nord Stream pipe exploded.
No, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they still don't have 100% like proof of if it just failed or if it was intentional. Some are saying that it might have failed. Others are saying that it was sabotaged, which kind of starves Europe for fuel, right? Because that was one of the main pipes that fuel was delivered to. And even though that, you know, Putin is a crazy dude waging war, he still is willing to supply them with gas. You know, like he cannot just shut down the business. That's him.
Yeah,
that he cannot just do.
That is very well put. You can't just shut down the business. No, you're right.
And they need him, and you know, now Europe is in a bit of trouble. I mean, the euro is lower than the dollar. The British pound is very close to 1-to-1. I think last time I saw it was.
Bro, you think they're gonna take him out?
I don't know. I don't think that there will be, like, So
who would retaliate if they took him out?
I don't know, and that's what scares people, that you don't know, because there's really like nobody. Like, there's no succession plan, or at least one that we know of. They might be.
Right.
But as of right now, there's no succession plan.
He's tell his fucking generals, if they take me out, fire shit. You know, and then then the world is over.
Yeah, but those generals are not that stupid, man. Like, you gotta understand, there's still people behind those buttons.
Yeah, bro.
And it's not the fucking general. He'll give the command. There's some like lieutenant over there just sitting fucking. Just graduated high school, doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Unless he's a fucking prisoner.
Yeah, or
that's doing time. Like this fucking bug-eyed guy. Like,
or just finished raping somebody.
Yo, right. Oh my God.
No, I think they're not gonna put that type of people. Okay, I would hope. Not that I think.
That's what I'm saying.
I would hope.
That's what I'm saying,
they
bro.
don't put that type of people.
Oh shit,
over
dude.
there behind a button like that, because that's fucking dangerous. Like.
Oh, because they had the whole. He tried to do the whole draft, and all the fucking men, they just fucking flee. Like, they just left. They left. I saw this video, bro. I hope it's not real, because it cuts off right where it's supposed to happen. I saw this video of this guy laying at the bottom of the stairs with his like leg out, telling his friend to jump on it so that he won't get recruited.
Damn.
That's, bro, like, people don't want war. In general, yes, there are plenty of assholes, but I'm going to use this word freely right now. But the pacifists outweigh them by a large margin. You know, people just don't want fucking war. It's like, no, man, what? Why are we blowing people up? Your own damn country, like you have people fleeing your country because they don't want to fight. And you fed the propaganda, bro. They've been fed propaganda from Russia. I'm like spitting at you. I'm sorry. They've been fed propaganda from Russia, and they're still fleeing. That means the people don't believe you. You know,
that's true, dude. People have access to information now.
Yeah,
like it or not, people have access to information, and you know, whatever you say on the internet will stay forever, and you just have to be okay with it. And that dude is okay with a lot of shit, dude. Like people thought it was cute when he was fucking killing people, poisoning them, and jailing them for being his opponents.
Yeah.
Like, and
we were laughing like, look at Putin.
I was like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, And then Europe with their whole mind,
man,
the one they're like, oh yeah, we want clean energy, clean this, clean that. Fucking go, and they're like, yeah, we like your gas. Y'all give us some of that gas. Here's some money.
Bro.
What they said was like, yo, we like that gas. Here's some economical power. Give us some of that gas. To somebody that's already been proven to jail people for opposing him.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't remember what the Pussycat Riots did, but it wasn't that serious.
Yeah, they just said fuck you. That's like, bro, the First Amendment, bro, that shit is tough. That shit.
And that's how you protect the first with a second.
Oh man,
fuck them kids.
Yo, fuck that shit, bro. Dude, that shit is so wild.
By the way, would you own a gun? Because now you have the right to, especially when you live upstate like that.
Oh, bro, I go back and forth. I think it's always good to have one for safety. But as we mentioned before, you know, it just sometimes you get a little sad, you know. And also if you want to reproduce and you have a little person running around, you know, I don't want an accident to go off, you know what I'm saying? It's just I definitely want to learn how to use one. You know, I would definitely want to, you know, I want to go to a shooting range. I want to know how to handle them and all that stuff. As of right now, I have zero knowledge. But I definitely would like to learn how to use one. Just cause you never know. What about you?
Nah, I'm thinking, nah. I would support that right till I die, but not unless I need it. And I don't mean it for safety. I mean to fight an oppressive government. Like, up until that point, I really don't think that I would ever need one, because two things. First, if I need one for safety, that means that my house.
His house.
My house is not hard enough. And by hard enough, I mean tough to break into without getting noticed.
Yeah.
Because they're two things.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, that's a good point.
They're two things, right? Like, the first thing is hard to break into. The second thing is noticeable when it has been broken into. And there should be a balance between that, right? Because You have to. I still believe that there's this natural curiosity and avoidance of risk for that humans carry. That if somebody sees a broken window, let's say, or something like that, on a house, they would either A, investigate, or B, call the police. And I'm hoping more for the B. Because at the end of the day, your job is not to eliminate the threat, but, or at least that's what I think, right? I might be wrong, but I think that your job is not to eliminate the threat, but to buy more time. Like, it is a legitimate play of buying time. So you can do things to your house that can buy you time. Plus, I always like the idea of I always like the idea of a claymore mine.
What's a claymore mine?
It's this mine that shoots pallets at the target in only one direction.
Oh
Dude,
man!
like,
you better be sure that the person you're shooting that on is not like your mother-in-law that just happens to be visiting.
Yo, I always, for some reason, like
is that even a burglar?
Yeah.
Or is your sister? She's like, hey, George, I need a place to crash. Splash. Oh man. Oh
yeah, for some idea, I liked the idea of just blowing shit up. Like, that's why I was like, yo.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
If I ever, and that's
so
with
wild.
that, it also carries an inherent risk. But
Here's
my idea.
Does it? But
here's my idea. I buy a super duper expensive car.
all right.
Dude, I'm putting a small amount of C4 right underneath the seat
Yo.
that can explode on my command.
Yo, you're gonna
Yeah,
Batman this bitch. That's great.
Dude, you drive away with that stolen car, I just go click, click, click.
Yo, that's fucking great.
And then the car and you are history.
All right, we should
somebody-
be done with recasting James Bond because my dude over here is the next James Bond.
No, but James Bond, I think, like, he uses like guns more than explosives.
He has gadgets. He has a lot of gadgets. That's why I said it because he has a lot of gadgets.
No, I think that's like the ultimate, like, fuck you type of shit. Where it's like,
When
you
they stole your
stole
car.
from me, you stole from me, I'm gonna blow you the fuck up.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, not shoot
yeah.
at you, no. I'm gonna blow you
I'm
up.
blow your ass up, bro. Goodbye.
Exactly.
Oh no! Click.
Oh.
I guess you're dead. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Or the other thing I was thinking about, but that could be fun too, ejector seat. Where you just eject them into the air.
Yo, you just Wile E. Coyote this shit.
Dude, because think about it. The idea, right? Like, so let's say you're trying to fight off a possible burglar. There's 3 ways to do it, right? Kill him, and by that I mean blow him up.
But you're only gonna blow
Scare him.
Okay, go ahead.
Scare him, and make it hard work to get to what he's trying to get to. Right? Like, those are the 3 things. So I think that
Wait, I thought those were 2 things.
3, right? Kill him, scare him,
make it hard for them to get to.
Make it hard for him to get to.
Got it.
So the killing him part is totally unnecessary. But if you want to,
Hilarious.
if you want to, and you're willing, because with that comes an inherent risk of death of innocent people, right?
Oh, do you think? You have your neighbor walking their dog.
But
What was that?
I don't know. It was like zzz, and then that was it. Nah, it's recording there.
Huh?
So,
Right.
but then sometimes, like, there are people crazy enough that will take that inherent risk.
What? Wait.
And
People,
be like,
people walking their dog and dying.
no,
What
man,
do you mean?
people like wanting to blow shit up.
Oh,
If you
people
fuck
like
with
you.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I am
Yeah.
not willing to. And that's why I think, like, for example, one of the things that I have with my house is, right, like, you need to have a sign of that you're protected by an alarm system.
Mhm.
That automatically reduces the possibility of your house being broken into by 70% or something like that. Then,
Can you lie?
if you want to, yeah,
Yeah,
but like,
just put the sign. Aha! You are being
Boom.
watched.
but yeah, I mean, dude, like, and especially if you want to go even a step further, I see what you're saying.
What is that?
I don't know, some electrical shit, but I don't know. But it's like, zzz. Nah, that's like a car.
Oh, all right. I want to make sure it wasn't like a fucking one of those Amber alarms. You know, maybe Putin is firing at us. I mean, we're in the basement, so we're safe.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
be surprised how unsafe we are. No, it's not. At least for me, there's no such thing as Amber Alert and babies being stolen.
What?
That's what Amber Alert is for.
It's only for that? I thought
Missing people.
it wasn't like general emergency.
No,
Oh, so then I thought it was like a general emergency.
no.
All right,
Fucking Florida, dude. That's an emergency right now.
dude. Did you see the man?
See, we need Trump with some paper towels over there. What's Biden gonna do?
Yo, fucking Puerto Rico, man. They didn't have power. I don't even know if they got power back. They didn't have power. Like the whole fucking island. They didn't have power
mean,
for
yeah.
for like 3 weeks or some shit like that.
Dude, yeah, but what the fuck do you expect, dude? Yo, don't. All right, so Puerto Rico is in fucking debt forever. I think, you know, I know that I have complained about it a lot, but they did some dumbass shit. They took loans to build this rail system that nobody's using. The build was shitty. Like, everything was like fucking corrupted. And now they're like, oh yeah, we have no power. Yeah, dude, what the fuck did you do like after the last hurricane when the same shit happened? Nothing. And-
Wait, are you saying that the Puerto Rican people, like the
I
island
don't know
itself,
about
is
the
at
people,
fault,
but
or like
but definitely their government.
their government is at fault for this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there's no way.
I know close to nothing about this. All I know is that they were out of power, and they were asking for help, and the
dude,
country
you
didn't
need to-
didn't pull through.
Please get familiar with the Puerto Rican form of government because it is
Absolutely. All the links at the
mind-blowingly
bottom, yeah.
interesting. Mind-blowingly interesting. Like they have, in a way, they have like a governor and shit. They have in a way their own political system over there.
But the thing, I mean,
And that's why
the
statehood is not gonna be good for them.
from what I understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understand is that the U.S. went in and they wanted to make them part of the country, and there were a lot of natives that didn't want that, but somehow they were forced to. So now they're part of the states, and yet they also don't have the same powers as the states, such as they like their votes don't count in a presidential election, for example.
No, they
like no, they don't. From at least from what I remember is their votes don't count.
They don't have Senate, but the reason they don't have Senate members is because they're not federally taxed. Same thing with the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia does not have any senators because they don't pay federal taxes.
But isn't DC being the governing, I guess, city of the country,
let me ask
being
you this.
in the country? Hold on, being the governing city of the country, living in the country, different than an island that was essentially minding its own business was forced into a relationship, but they don't have a say in said relationship. I feel like those are two different things. Comparing DC to Puerto Rico is like,
I don't know if they were
apples and oranges?
forced or not. Hold on. I don't know if they're forced or not.
But isn't
But
it
I can-
comparing apples to oranges, comparing DC to Puerto Rico? Because they're not the same.
No, they are the same. Politically, they are the same.
They could be treated the same, but they are not the same, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about the treatment. We're not talking about if they're the same or not.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm
no,
talking
that's-
about
but-
whether or not they are the same.
That makes no difference in representation, right? Like,
That's what I mean, that it should, because you have a whole group of people. Like, essentially, you have a neighborhood of like 5 houses, and there's a 6th house chilling over there by itself, minding its own business. And then you're like, no, you got to be part of this group, but you don't get a say in the group. Like,
but you don't get a say in the group because you're not being taxed. Like you're not.
no. That's fine that they're not being taxed, but
Hold on. Do
like,
you understand the concept of Commonwealth?
What do you mean?
How a Commonwealth works?
No.
Okay, so Commonwealth works. The most simple way is, I colonized you long time ago, right? You gained your independence, your independent country, but we can do business together at very low cost by removing tariffs and shit like that. So you can sell your goods here in my country. I will not charge you from bringing it in, from competing with domestic goods, and I'll do the same for you. And you do the same for me, right? Puerto Rico is something similar. And for example, you don't pay taxes, right? So in the Commonwealth, you don't pay taxes to the group, let's say, to like the head honcho, if you want to call it.
Right.
It's a little bit like a pyramid scheme where you have somebody on top that gets all the money, and then it just trickles down.
Who would be at the top in this scenario?
The United States of America,
Okay.
right?
So did they?
But they're the next level. They're not like all the way on the bottom. They're just the next level. So imagine United States
who's
of
not all
America.
the way in the bottom?
So United States of America government, it's on top, and then the Puerto Rico government is the second block. There's nothing in between.
Where are the rest of the states?
On the other side,
But they're on top of Puerto Rico.
No, they're still. So imagine one on top, and then you have 2 on the bottom, right? Puerto Rico in countries like Puerto Rico, states. They are on the same level. They get the same protection. The only thing that's different is that the states and the residents of the states pay federal taxes on their income. In Puerto Rico, you don't pay federal taxes, but you get the benefit of the military protection, the economy, the fact that you can trade goods without any taxes on or tariffs. Like basically, if you make a car in Puerto Rico, instead of making it in, let's say, North Carolina, it's you don't pay anything. It's okay. Like you don't get to import that, even though and whatever income you make, you pay to the government of Puerto Rico. You don't pay a penny to the United States. But if somebody attacks you, the United States is obligated to go with full military force and defend you.
So essentially, the United States is Puerto Rico's muscle,
Yeah.
and
But they cannot, for example, they don't
US,
get...
the U.S. doesn't like owe anything to Puerto Rico.
Yes, and Puerto Rico can vote for United States president, but they cannot vote for representatives in the Senate or the House. So they get to say who the head honcho is.
What would it take for Puerto Rico to have a voice in the Senate?
They have to become a state, and that's not going to be good for them.
Why not?
Because in the United States, once you add federal tax, which is more, for example, think about it. Federal tax on your income is anywhere between 0 and 37%, right? Now, total income taxes in Puerto Rico right now, I believe, are somewhere around under 30% or about 30%.
Okay.
Right? Now, on top of that, you have state taxes. That's how the state feeds itself. Right? So, if you look at the tax structures like that, you decided to live in the United States. We provide, there's a certain amount of money that the people that we needed to provide basic services like sewage, police, fire, teachers, transportation, right? Now, those could be on three ways: private, federal, or state level, right? So the New Jersey transit system, for example, has nothing to do with the the MTA or the New York transit system. They're two completely systems run by the state or whatever. So it's the same with Puerto Rico. But Puerto Rico, everything that you pay goes directly in income taxes, goes directly to the government. You don't pay an additional tax to say that you get
it goes to the U.S. government, or it goes to their government?
To their government, to the Puerto Rican government.
Okay.
And now no money goes to the U.S. government. That's why it's so attractive for businesses and people, because, especially if you're a multimillionaire, because it has lower income tax at the end of the day. And yes, they don't get to say in the laws that are made, but if they want to, they have to start paying taxes to the federal government to have representation of federal government. And
if there are American people taking advantage of these things from this Commonwealth, shouldn't they understand that there are people there that deserve to have a say on it? Because it seems like people but like to have like a seat in the Senate, because I feel like that's, why not? I mean, you have your voice heard,
but then you have to pay.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's kind of what I'm asking is, couldn't that just be granted with that part?
No, because you're not paying. Dude, so let's say you and I decide this podcast explodes. I say we stay in New York, right? It will be taxed anywhere on our income at about 40 to 45%, right? Then you and then we decide, fuck it, let's go to Puerto Rico. Over there is like 30%, we're saving money. The 30% that we're going to pay goes directly to the Puerto Rican government. And Puerto Rican citizens have the same say in every type of government when they move from Puerto Rico to the United States. But when they do that, they start paying federal income taxes. While if you reside in Puerto Rico, you don't pay those federal income taxes. Therefore, you don't have a say in how the country is going to run itself if you're not contributing to the whole in a way. So you cannot really have a slice of the pie.
Right. So the country should contribute to the whole, so they could have a seat.
Yeah.
In Senate. Well, it's interesting. Because, like I said, I really don't know much. Like I told you guys in the last podcast, I recently found out that Northern Ireland and Ireland are two different places. So, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, Yeah. All right.
God bless the Queen.
Fuck that bitch.
Hey, man, like, people like her, bro. Like,
yeah, no, I know.
Can't deny it.
Yeah. Freedom of speech, motherfucker. I still got my opinions on the goddamn fucking Emperor's New Groove bullshit, man. Fuck that.
What
shit.
do you mean?
I just think that
A lot of the developed world is still monarchies. You just don't see it. Spain, the Netherlands.
anywhere and everywhere where you're just royalty and you're important just simply because of your lineage should be fucking torn apart, torn away. I think it's bullshit. Nobody deserves fucking honor and respect simply because who your mommy or daddy were.
So you don't think genetics played a role in people?
I didn't say that.
Or exactly what you said.
No, I said you shouldn't be considered royalty. Like I shouldn't fucking just honor you just because of who your father is. Like I respect The Rock because he's such, he's like this athletic monster. I don't give a fuck about his kid. Like what the fuck are you, bro?
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Maybe he's important. I don't know him. You gotta earn that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good comparison. The Rock, I respect
what the fuck
him.
are you,
Fuck
like,
you.
bro? Like, yo,
Yeah,
I'm sure you're great. But
oh no,
oh,
I mean, greatness is within us, my friend. Yeah. Greatness is within us. But
and speaking about royalty and freaking lineage, come on, incest. City, bro.
Oh, I was gonna say that
I'm
is
good with that shit.
That is true, but at the same time, I think it also kept the intelligence part.
Oh man,
of people.
I mean, if we're just trying to like create the best human,
I mean, that's the
I'm
end
sure,
goal, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a cool concept,
by the way,
breed the strongest, smartest woman with the strongest, smartest man.
You know what they call that concept?
Oh, what is it? Is that Hitler shit, bro?
No.
What?
God.
What?
You call that concept God.
What do you mean?
God is the best version of human being ever. Think about it. Even if you look at that shit.
If that's how you're describing God.
Right. So again, let me clarify. We'll talk a little bit about religion, but I will talk about religion, especially Christianity, because that's what I'm most familiar with, through the aspect of not the word of God, but instead of that, it's a storytelling. It's like a very good story.
It's what's God to you.
Yeah.
So what's God to you?
Best version of me, to be honest. Like the ultimate,
the OG, like the coolest, like not cool, not cool, like the cool guy, but like
the most moral one, for starters, definitely, right? Like the most moral one, the most one that's trying to push the world in the right direction.
Now, is this an actual entity or is this an idea that you thrive to be?
Oh, that's an idea, but the idea does become an entity at one point because that person can exist.
Can like when you say can exist, you mean in the abstract, it's possible way, or can as in you can calculate and
it's possible.
Like in the general. It's possible way.
In the general, yeah. In the
like
very
anything
general.
is possible.
Yes. But I think that there's a certain point you achieve where you're really the best version of yourself. And when I say that...
As an individual.
As
there's
an
a point that
individual,
you achieve. Yeah.
Because that's the first thing. The first thing is you cannot fix a society if you cannot fix yourself. And if you cannot fix yourself, again, very based on beliefs. What do you believe is right? Right? Because there's some people out there that believe that, white people are the right everything and every other race is shit. And then the other people on the other side that believe the same. So, hey, what's up?
What's the other side of white? It's like there's so many colors.
I don't know, but let's say that
and for the record, we're all a different shade of brown. All right, we're all a fucking different shade of brown. I just want to say that real quick.
I don't know. I lost my train of thought now. Anyway, so
So it's you were saying how
the version of God.
the version of God that it's like the most moral.
Well, it's again the best version of yourself within your beliefs. That's God, right? Because
Right.
once you get that sorted, or somewhat sorted, then you can bring that to the mass. Because now you have an understanding of how you achieved what you achieved, and
So when you achieve that level,
so for example,
per se, is it your goal to spread that knowledge of how you achieve that level to other people? Is that what you're saying?
oh yes, absolutely. That should not only be your goal, that should be your moral obligation. Because you want more of you to move towards what you think it's right. And again, that's very subjective because depends on how people are raised, depends on what morality they were given. Certain cultures have clashes that, in one culture, something like, for example, making your wife stay home and just take care of the house and blah, 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 seems outdated and sexist. In other cultures, it's perfectly normal. And, their understanding of what's good versus bad and our understanding of what's good versus bad could be completely different. And that's why I said that I would talk only through the way of Christianity or about Christianity, because I also believe that Judaism, for example, to me, believes too much in the state. Because if you start reading the Torah, it's always about the tribe, right? And then Christianity talks about the individual. And it almost says that if you are the best version of yourself, then that would be enough for you to show to other people or to even manage other people. Like be responsible for other people, right? Or take on a responsibility to better the life of other people is what I can say the best. And that is quite powerful, and that's
how would you go about spreading that to other
storytelling.
people?
Absolutely, storytelling. That's
No.
what actually. It's funny because that's what the Bible should be viewed as.
No. You like let's say you get to the point where you're able to achieve the best you.
Yeah.
And you said that your goal would be to spread that, that positivity to other people. How would you go about showing it to them?
Storytelling.
What stories? What stories?
Like the story of my life. Just
like the stuff that you've gone through.
Yeah, with specific examples, specific, with details of the important events, because that will require a lot of introvert, self-reflection. Like when did you come to this conclusion? How did you come about it? What did you consider other possibilities of that? Like shit like that, right? Where but that's how it becomes, and that's how people communicate the best, I think, is by storytelling. It's I can judge only from the taste of my comedians, but I've noticed
the taste of what?
of my taste of comedians.
Oh, comedians.
Like the people that I like to listen to in comedy. And what I noticed is that I tend to lean towards storytellers, like Joey Diaz, like Ron White, like even George Carlin was a bit of a storyteller. He was very observational, but he was making a story of his observations. At least that's how it struck
Would
me.
you consider because I've listened to very little about the comedians that you mentioned. Would you consider Bill Burr and or Dave Chappelle as storytellers? I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get a
Dave Chappelle
barometer.
is definitely has a storyteller because, especially in his latest stand-up when he talks about the transgender person, right? The
Oh, his friend.
yeah,
Daphne.
his friend Daphne. Yeah, he talks about Daphne. The whole special was about this one story, about like how he met Daphne. Like,
Oh, that's what you mean by storytellers. Like,
yeah, yeah.
like
Like
the
if you
whole
look at the
special is a
plot,
story.
yeah. Like if you look at the plot, like even though it could be very situational comedy, when you take a step back and you're like, okay, well, what was it? Did he just walk me through two parts of his life, or did he?
Oh,
have
Carlin was most definitely that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's again viewing things from different angle,
Right.
and that's why I believe that the people that think the Bible is law kind of got it wrong. Definitely a very good guide, but definitely not law because they're stories, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about recently about the story of Abraham and his son, I think it was.
Oh yeah, Isaac.
Where Isaac, yeah, where he was gonna stab him.
Yeah.
All right, so
Good times.
and I was like, it's a bit of a weird story, but let me take a step back and think about it. Like, if I view it from the prism of story, then is it a story about killing your son, or is it a story about, or does it become something more metaphorical of hurting a family member intentionally?
Right.
And
That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah.
for me, that was something that I'm like, okay, so definitely not law, because in that case, this would be a very stupid law that you can have an honor killing, pretty much, right? Like,
Right.
other religions do that, not Christianity. We
Supposedly.
supposedly,
yeah.
no, we kill people in the name of God. Don't get me wrong,
No. Oh man.
but. We did kill a lot of people in the name of God, but listen, hey, it is what it is. I mean, Jesus, power.
See, like, oh man. First, the Bible is such a special book because, if it were to be treated like every other book, like the Iliad, like fucking Huckleberry Finn, if you just treat it like a book, it becomes this piece of literature that you can interpret it, look into it, see the poetic structure of it. Like you said, the story of Abraham and Isaac, you could look at it at a different angle and see it's like, oh wait, that's not really what it means. You can look at it as like a fucking comic book and be like, wow, this shit is deep, because you look at it, look at the poetry of it. But the thing about the Bible is that, and the Quran shares this with it, and the Bhagavad Gita shares this with it, is that people take it as truth, like what you said, like when they take it as law. Now that part is the part where it gets muddy. That's the part that it gets a little bit complicated, which is why I was asking you to clarify about what you meant by God. If it's more of not a literal person just like judging you and staring you down, or just more something that you strive to be, something that you see yourself becoming, because like that version. Because to me, that's kind of where I ended up, and which is why this fucking tattoo that I mentioned in the last episode. It's like, oh no, I'm God. It's like, no, but it's like, just remove the term. Just remove it. It doesn't have to be there. Like it's a good term to use just because we use it in literature and just in our society as the top of the top, but we don't really need to use it. We could just strive to be the best me. Just strive to be the best you. It's like it doesn't have to be this extra thing. It's just be the best you, George.
So
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
hear you. Yeah.
so like that's why I think that sorry, but I think that a lot of people, I think that that's the part where is the most challenge, because it's just so common knowledge, such common belief that there is a deity and that this is a physical thing. It's like no, it's just be the best you, and you could be a pretty decent human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the best conversations we had, and it happened years ago, and that's why I don't remember. I'm gonna ask you again. Was about the barcode in the God tattoo, right? Like, what did that symbolize? What is the symbol of that?
The barcode was is that I was just one
So,
of.
oh wait,
Oh.
I want to elaborate on that question a little bit more. Sorry,
Sure.
is it a barcode or is it bars?
It's a barcode.
It's a barcode.
It's a
Okay.
barcode. Yeah. So I'll put a picture of it. So essentially, it's God. The G is it's all twirly. The God, they're all twirly. So the reason is because it's the way I saw it was hypnotized into this belief of God. And the D was backwards, is backwards because my belief in God is different. And the barcode, the line, is because I concluded that I was just like everybody else. We are all God. We like that's what I believe, that we were all God. And the barcode was I'm just one of you. I'm just one of us, you know. And the O, which is the spiral falls away, is because it's to break away from the traditional belief in God. Like I took this shit like very seriously, you know. I sincerely believed. I devoted like a large part of my life believing in God. It wasn't something that I ever took lightly. And then what ended up happening, at least for me, was just like all these different questions that I hadn't thought about that arose as like, why do I believe this? Like, you know, as simple as that. Why do I think that this book is true? Like, and then I'm learning about how the world really works and how really things really are and how just people behave. And it's like, it's just us, you know. It's just us in this freaking rock, and we're fucking rocking away in this freaking space. And holy shit, I hope I don't die today because it's fucking great and I love this ride. You know what I'm saying?
And then on the tattoo there's like a scar or something like.
Oh yeah, yeah. The scar was
one day you're like, fuck you, God.
Yeah. No,
I'm not gonna be the best version of myself.
I'm gonna be the worst. No, it was a different time. No, yeah, I was looking at it. I'm like, you need to look different. So then I were like,
I cut myself so I can feel.
I wasn't sad. I just was like, dude, I need you to look different, and I didn't want to go to the tattoo spot. So I've lived a life.
Different?
I've lived a life.
So, is it different or better? Like, did what you do create beauty that you were seeking for, or did it?
Oh, it satisfied the moment, and I do not regret it.
All right.
Yeah.
But my question is more about like, was it a difference, or did you want to do it better? Did you think that would make it better?
Oh no, no, it was about making it different.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's strangely even when I'm like drawing shit. I never. It's not about. I'm not trying to make things look good. I just want to make them so that I like them, so that they're they're satisfying to me. You know, they're not like it's better. They just it looks good to me. Is that better, or am I just splitting hairs here? No, right?
Yeah, you are.
I am.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize.
Because if it didn't look good in your eyes, you would not leave it like that, right? Like you would work on it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Until it gets
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And that will bring me to another question about your business. Been a year already.
Oh yeah.
What's going on over there?
Oh man.
How you feel? 1 year.
1 year, bro. Yeah. So, my business Rocky Prince, that I started a year ago with my fiance. We're currently doing an anniversary sale. This episode is gonna be published after the fact, so hopefully you got some stuff. No, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Looking back and seeing where I was last year, I'm pretty fucking satisfied. I'm very happy.
Can you share a lesson that you learned?
Oh man. Such a fucking cliche, but go with your gut. Go with your fucking gut, because at this point in my life a year ago, I had left a very comfortable job, and I decided to say I'm gonna kill myself. You know, like I can't be here anymore. Like I hate myself.
Stuck.
Yeah. No, I was literally stuck. I felt like I was just bouncing in four walls, and I said, no, I've had enough. And I calculated my calculations. I did the numbers, and I said, I think I can pull this off. I jumped ship, and then what's that? 3 months later, I started Rocky Prince with my lady.
Nice.
We started at first with only 4 items. We have, I don't know off the top of my head, you know, I'll put the stuff so you can see them. And here we are. We're very excited. We have a couple of more stuff planned out, trying to do some more, you know, so that people get a little bit more variety and such. But it's been great. Go with your gut.
Go with your gut.
If you're stuck at, man, that's bro, if you feel like you're helpless but you're still breathing, you're not. I'm strictly talking just for those fucking dumbasses who are gonna be like, what about someone that's starving in there, you know, in the third world country? I'm not talking about you. All right, I'm sorry, I'm trying to help you, but I'm just saying, if you're privileged enough that you feel like you're stuck, you can get the fuck out. Like, just we only got one shot. Straight up, you know, you got one
life.
shot. Yeah,
one life. And it's very interesting because you also started doing COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
COVID was rampant still, you know, last year.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what did it, because I had so much free time, and I was like, no, this I like. I like my free time. Because I call it free time because I was just being productive. I was just always doing something, you know. I'm always doing something. It may not, and I have to, and it's funny because I have to keep telling myself not to be so hard on myself, because they'll be like, bro, you didn't do anything today. It's like, bro, you just been freaking working on this freaking project, which I'm not done with yet, that I've been working like so many freaking hours. I'm really excited about this one. But it's just been like 5 hours just fucking drawing on this shit. It's like, bro, it's like, you're doing shit, all right? Just mellow out. No, I gotta do shit. Oh, we're gonna go do this. You know, I was like, bro, you just slow down.
Relax.
Yeah. Weed helps.
It does. A lot of times.
Yeah.
That's why Sober October is gonna be a bit hard for me. This.
Oh, bro.
I didn't do it last year because I was like, fuck it. But then I realized how much I miss it, because I do view it as.
When did you realize you missed it?
Last year.
Oh, during it?
Yeah, well, no, not during it, because like in December, when I took account of like the shit that I did, and I was like, man, I didn't do sober October, and I kind of wanted to. I like the idea of it. I view it as a challenge. Not that I'm ever gonna quit drinking, but the challenge part, especially during October when it's Oktoberfest and there's like so much good beer out there, and you can still go to a winery in October in Long Island and have a glass of wine in the vineyard and
That's fucking bro.
Be comfortable. And
I haven't
shit.
done that in such a long time. I'm definitely gonna do that. And I'm sending you a picture for you, bro.
It's like, and it doesn't cost a lot. Probably like for $100, you and wifey can go.
New York is dope in October, bro.
Yeah,
New York is dope in October. Absolutely.
Especially during the color changes. You can even go to
the what?
The color changes, the color of the trees.
Oh, the color changes. Oh,
yeah. Like, there's some scenic drives you can do, and that's why it's so hard to leave this this part of the world, meaning this latitude, because you get the benefit of the 4 seasons, right? There's a limited time for each one of them, so it makes you organize your time better. I mean, not that I do it. But if I was God,
you wouldn't make Abraham kill his son.
Absolutely.
I found a different way.
Well, he didn't kill him. Like, God changed him for lamb.
Well, he didn't convince him to do it until an angel showed up and was like, nah.
People are gullible, bro. Like,
I know. Oh, man.
The scams out there still going on. So,
bro,
people are super gullible. So, shit, what was I talking about? God, me. Sober October.
That's right. God, me.
God, me, and Sober October.
That should be the name of a movie.
Dude,
God, me, and Sober October, and the whole fucking movie. God is mad at you because you're doing Sober October. It's like, bro, you get so hammered. He's like trying to convince you the whole month.
Yo,
dude, that'd be hilarious.
Hilarious.
He's like getting hammered. Oh my god. Oh shit.
That'd be hilarious.
Yo, God, me, and Sober October. I can see you like in the poster. You're like this thing. And God is like. Oh, a trademark. You can't take that shit.
Yeah, we should definitely.
Yo, Seth Rogen, hit me up, bro.
We should definitely have a project for that.
Yo,
a script. God, me, and Sober October.
Shit, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, that's gonna be wow.
Right? That's so good. Wow, God, me. Yo, the whole month. He's like, yo, come on, bro. Shut the fuck up, God.
The question is, are you gonna do it by month, or by day, or are you gonna do it by week?
Oh, the movie? Oh,
yeah.
It would have.
It has to be by week, I think.
Yeah, because you want to make it fit in a whole.
I think 90 minutes.
2 hours. Hour. Yeah.
Like,
hour and a half.
I never
for a comedy.
Yeah.
Yes, hour and a half.
Dude, like 100%. I never understood those because I wanted. So there are a few movies that I want to watch so badly, but the amount of time I have to set aside for them is ridiculous.
Like what? Which movie?
Apocalypse Now, the remake.
How long is that movie?
Dude, 3 hours and 49 minutes.
Nah, I only do that for Batman. I'm not doing that shit.
Like, don't even get me started. Like,
I would assume you haven't seen the Zack Snyder's Justice League. No, probably not. That shit is 4 hours long.
What?
But they're split up. You can watch. They're split up into episodes. But
do they have the break in between?
Yeah,
because that used to be a thing back in the day where the movies would be so long that you have.
Oh yeah. No, it's like episode.
Intermission?
It's like episode 1, and then it shows it. Then it goes like episode 2.
Yeah, but do you have a break in between those episodes to use the bathroom to?
I mean, you can pause it. It's on HBO.
Oh, I thought it was on
like a movie theater.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's
fuck that, man. Then
this way you can just pause it and watch it later.
No, I was talking about movie theaters.
Oh.
I was talking about movie theaters back in the day. They would have intermission.
No,
during the
no.
movie.
I was talking about movies that you want to see now that are so long that you have to set
Yeah, no,
aside
I
time.
would definitely listen. If we're gonna make
That's what I was talking about, bro.
God, Me, and So October, it has to be. It has
Oh,
to be
man.
within like reasonable time, so people can go see it in the theaters. It has to be in the theaters. You cannot see that movie at home. Maybe release it on DVD or some shit.
Yeah, no. Of course, it has to be released in the movie theater. It's like Pineapple Express. The movie was hilarious, but it was in the movie theater. I went to see that shit in the movie theater because I thought that shit was gonna be hilarious, and it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I did the same too. I was thrown out of my mind and laughed so hard.
I think that's the only comedy that I've seen like 3 times in the movie theater. I saw it a couple of times.
Oh damn!
Yeah, because it was great.
Because so yesterday I was like, oh, let me get high and watch a stoner comedy. And I have HBO, Netflix, Prime Video.
Are you watching The Boys? I'm sorry, I'm cutting your story off.
The Boys, yes. I think that at one point it got too gory for my taste.
Oh, all right.
But
don't talk too much about it because I'm like on season 3. I just started season 3.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I am at. I think I
There's
gave
only 4
up on them.
seasons.
I think I gave up on them after season 2 or whatever.
Got too gory?
Yeah, it was like I was eating dinner, dude, and
George was like, change
Laser
this
Boy.
shit.
Laser Boy blew some. No, dude.
Oh, when he like blew the protesters?
No. Are you to have you seen?
Stop! No! I haven't seen this. Shut up! Shh. That's it. I don't want to hear anything else. Please. I want to see this. And no, that's like one of the most recent seasons.
Okay,
that's a big spoiler.
Make sure you're not eating.
Well, yeah. I mean,
because I was eating while I was watching that.
I was eating when the dick choked the guy. Remember?
Jesus Christ, that's some weird porn fan. Yeah, you're one of those people that goes into the strip club.
I didn't get off. I was eating, and I was like, "Oh, all right." I mean, I can separate, the TV with what I'm.
Yeah, no,
I wasn't eating hot dogs, Fuck
that shit. Like I was 100% like.
Oh man,
done with it.
That's funny.
And then
no. Just with George,
dude, and like fucking same shit happened with House of Dragons.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, we spoke about it,
dude. It was like, I just don't want to see a cut off dick while I'm eating, bro. Like, is that so much to ask for?
I don't know. Like, I like dragons. I like monsters and stuff, but
so stupid.
Lord of the Rings. I just
Lord of the Rings was good.
Okay.
Harry Potter was the shit, but Lord of the Rings came close second because the storyline was good, and the way the story was told.
I just couldn't get into it. I saw the first one. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I like comic book movies and stuff, but like I tried to get into it, but
it just didn't happen. Yeah, man. Like I honestly like a lot. I wish that Top Gear or the Grand Tour actually made a lot more movies now. Cause
the Grand Tour, the racing people.
Yeah.
What kind of movies?
Like not movies, but like just more shows. Cause I really like them. I think they had a good chemistry. I think they just got old, fat, and loaded with money, so they don't give a shit anymore. Like
doesn't Jay Leno have a show on Cars? Have you tried to watch that one? Is that?
Yeah, I have not. I'll be honest, I have not. I heard very good things about it, and the only reason I have not is because I think it's on NBC and they make you buy Peacock, and it's like another service.
Bro, these streaming services, like I hate them and I love them.
Dude, it became a cable subscription,
but it's better than a cable subscription, though.
Of course, because now you can pick what to watch.
Yeah,
you have the freedom of choice.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'm starting not to like that anymore because in the beginning of it, you had the freedom of choice of one service. What I'm saying is that one service had such huge freedom of choice that when Netflix started doing their own movies, in the beginning it was like, oh, that's cute. And then when it exploded, like everybody was like, oh no, we're pulling all of our content out of your platform. So now everybody created their own. And it's like, oh, if I want to see that. Like that's why I think Hulu is so good, even though they have ads and it annoys the shit out of me.
But you go like
That's
Hulu is like watching regular TV on demand.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's why I think that Netflix is not going to be able to compete with that. Because now I have access to most of the shows that I want, except the Netflix shows, and I don't really watch Netflix that much anymore. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah. No, I think Netflix is right now is doing a bunch of Hail Marys, and I'm not going to lie, they are kind of working, though. Like, they did that, the Jeffrey Dahmer series.
I was... it came up on my suggestions, but I'm like, was that about like a serial killer or some shit?
Jeffrey Dahmer. He was.
Don't know who that is.
He was a serial killer. He
but I don't give a fuck.
He like seduced people, like mainly men, and killed them and ate them. He was like a cannibal.
Yeah. So what the fuck is so interesting about that motherfucker that he needs a whole?
I mean, he killed a lot of people.
Okay.
But there's
who else killed a lot of people? The motherfucker that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and the other one on Nagasaki. They killed a lot more people than that.
Yeah.
Why is there not a movie about them? I want to see their life story.
Bro, their neighbor tried to call the cops like 50 times and didn't respond. And as the neighbor kept hearing the screams of people being killed, it's like, this motherfucker was a psycho. And like, no, it's really fucked up. So because my lady was watching this shit. I only caught from what I caught. Like this is one episode where this lady is like calling the cops, and these motherfuckers are just like ignoring her, and she's like, nah, he's bringing people in, and I keep hearing screaming and shit, and like she like hears screaming and like fucking like machines because he's like cutting them up and shit. And she's like literally just sleeping next door.
How long did it take?
Huh?
How long did it get? How many people did he kill?
I don't know how many, but it was a lot. It was a lot of people.
Do you know in what time frame?
No. I wasn't. Like I said, I wasn't watching it.
Because I understand if you once or twice you do it, but like.
You understand if once or twice this motherfucker slicing people? Come on, George.
No, meaning... No, I was talking about the cops, actually. Sorry, I meant to... Like, I understand if you ignore somebody once or twice. You gotta
be specific, bro.
But, like, no. And that's what I'm trying to say.
Why would they ignore it once?
No, I don't know, some crazy lady. The question is, did they ever go out and check it out?
No. According to this, these guys, they were suspended with pay, and they like gave their I don't know what they call it, their captain shit because he wouldn't get their back, but then they got reinstated. So these motherfuckers like no es bueno cops, according to what I saw. But regardless, that's a fuck that shit. This motherfucker like 8 people, like children and shit. And it was played by this guy who did a pretty cool job at playing Johnny Depp, in my opinion. Like I thought, I was like, yo, that's Johnny Depp, but it was the kid. It was Quicksilver. He's an actor. He played Quicksilver in one of the X-Men movies. But it was pretty freaking interesting.
I tried to watch. There was this Prime Video show. Mm-hmm. Not Prime Video, but it was on Prime, and now they want me to rent it or buy it. It was called The Man Who Nobody Knew. And it was about the best CIA spy in the history. And I was like, yo, that's like, see, that's the motherfucker I want to know about. Not some dude that ate people. Oh, yeah. Dude, just put 2 in his head,
bro, you realize,
and call it a day. I would not even bother with a due process, dude. I'll be like, man. You did what?
But see,
Okay,
this,
boo, boo, boo. That's it.
but see,
Oh, what happened?
But
He
the
tried to
cops
suck my
weren't
dick.
spies, bro.
I
It's
understand.
it's
I mean,
different.
I understand. I understand the cops were dumb and they didn't get reprimanded for not doing what they were getting paid to do, which is technically fucking theft. But whatever. I'm not gonna argue that point.
Oh,
Like,
that's a good point.
yo, fuck you. Like, I don't care. Like, dude, if I was a cop and we found all that evidence, this dude would not make it to the police station.
Bro.
They're like, I would make sure, dude, like, what happened? Heart attack. I would,
Yeah.
and not for nothing, I'm kind of like weird like that. I would actually have nicotine, like those liquid nicotine shit,
Yeah.
in my pockets. I'd be like, hey, all right, you're going to jail. Drink this. Heart attack on the way home. Like, I'm not even going to, like, I don't understand why people bother with that type of people with you. And it's like, and it's fascinating how many women are into that shit. It is mind blowing. It's like, advice to future generations: if you want to get laid, kill a few people. Yes, you will go to jail for the rest of your life.
Guy. He's joking.
Apparently, women love that type of shit. So go
people
for it.
are very impressionable. You can't give advice like that. They're gonna.
I mean, I'm hoping that nobody under the age of like 21 listens to our show. Because
even if you do, don't do that shit. Don't hurt nobody. No, but that's true. Because
or do it because bitches.
I've this motherfucker. No, but in my experience, a lot of the females that I've encountered, yes, that is correct. It is always blown my mind. It's like, why are you watching this? No, it's fine. It's like this, like slicing, dicing shit. Like, yo, what the fuck,
Like,
man?
oh, this dude killed 30 people. Oh yeah, that's fine. It ain't me.
This was, yeah, like, bro. I like cartoons, man. I need to see funny shit or fucking like comic book shit, you know, or like I said, cartoons or comics. Like, dude, I just want to have a good time. Life is already stressful enough. You know what I'm saying? Shit is already like I don't know. Maybe
But know what's even better than that, according to some women?
What's that?
A dude that killed 35 people.
No, they don't want to date somebody that kills people. They just like to watch it. This is very different, bro. I hope that none of the women that
How sure
showed
are we
any interest
of that?
in this that they
How
don't.
sure are we of that?
That's what I was just saying. I hope that most of these people that have interest in this shit don't actually want to date somebody that does this. And I'm pretty sure that's the case, bro. Otherwise, shit be really dark. I mean, shit ain't that dark.
I mean, maybe.
I gotta check your closet.
I don't know. It's like
Next time I go to your house, I'm checking that fucking closet.
there ain't nothing in there, bro. There ain't nothing
man.
fucking in there. It's just a bunch of clothes, you know. I use it,
I use it.
but you know.
but
But
oh
what?
man. But no, yeah, no, but I mean, Netflix has some good show. Like my favorite one right now, it's a cartoon. It's freaking Love, Sex, and Robots. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's fucking sick. It's like it's you ever watch Black Mirror?
No.
I couldn't get. I thought it's a good show, but the episodes are like an hour plus long, so that's too much for my attention span. But this one is kind of like that, but it's animated. But they do all these different styles of animation, but they do a lot of like post-apocalyptic cartoon episodes, like different storylines. Like they'll do one where they're at this faraway planet in which they are farmers, but they have these like big robot machines, and they gotta fight off these aliens that come in through their force fields and shit. Another one, my dude.
They're still vegetables?
Huh?
Why do the aliens come?
Oh, because they just want to kill them. Because the humans are on their planet, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're colonizing.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
it's not a white people trait.
no,
It's a human trait.
it's a human.
I'm just
Just
want to put
we're
that
being
out
species.
there. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah. Oh,
Now,
but
what
the
was the
star,
color of those people, though?
the stars are white people, so it's
Wait,
goddamn colonizers, bro.
Wait. So there's not one of them that's like darker. It's just white people on that planet.
I got it. Well, I don't know about the whole planet, but the people that they do show, they look like rednecks. I don't. Oh no, I think his wife. I think his wife is black. I got it. I'll put the picture. No, but it's a pretty cool show. Then there's this other one where there's this guy is like in a Matrix style type of place. He like wakes up from being in this like deep space mission, and he wakes up and like this girl that he used to know from years ago is in this same galaxy with him, and like, yo, what is this place? Oh, this is crazy. And they like have drinks and fuck. And then he's like, no, this shit ain't real. Show me the real you. And then she shows him the real her, and she's essentially this like parasite that's like a spider. And he wakes up and he's like fucking 90. He's like drained. He's about to die and shit because he's like so skinny. And she's like yeah, because like she was in his head the whole time. Yeah, but what is it? This parasite? It's crazy. But it's a really cool show. It's a really cool show. But you know what the beauty about this shit is? The longest episode is like 20 minutes. Every other episode is like 10, 5, 15 minutes.
Oh, you have attention deficit disorder?
That's how I like my clips, my input. Just give me little bites. Yeah, when it gets too long, I gotta like focus. Unless you're Vsauce. You ever watch Vsauce? I told you about Vsauce?
Sounds familiar, but
Vsauce is a YouTube channel. He doesn't, or they don't post as many episodes anymore, but it's hosted by this dude, Michael Stevens, I want to say. He always pops up, hey, Vsauce. And they're just these. I definitely spoke about this in like one of the older episodes. He does these episodes like they're titled, "What if everybody jumped at the same time?" Like on the planet, and he'll break down the physics of it and how it works, and then he talks about like what are coincidences, and like he'll just like go through like all these things, and these episodes are like 15-20 minutes long, and they're just like so much information. And the beauty about it is that he has sources, citations, and all this shit. So like this stuff he's talking about, and it's like really cool. Yeah, Vsauce, definitely check them out.
The show that I've been watching lately, it's called The Red Green Show. It's on YouTube.
The Red Green Show, what is that?
Dude, it's hilarious. It's basically Canadian rednecks. And the show is about this older guy and his nephew. And like they do just handy shit. Like so.
Oh, I think you mentioned it before.
Yeah, like for my favorite episode till this day is still when he goes and he's like, well, don't you hate when you get a flat and you have to stop to change the tire? What if you can make it? You can change the tire while you're still going about your way. Yo. So what he did was he put a ladder with wheels because he had like a very tiny small car. He put a ladder on wheels that can lift the car up.
Oh yeah. He's changing the tire
as he's driving. Yo.
Oh, dude,
and
I remember that.
He's like,
He's
like,
yeah.
And remember, if women don't find you handsome, at least they must find you handy. And like. Dude, it is
That's
just
great.
Like I think I've said that before, but it is definitely a specific taste of humor that they cater to. Like it's not for everybody. It's
like silly, stupid humor. It's like
silly, stupid humor.
It's like Monty Python. It's like silly. It's like so ridiculous. But it's like no, a lot of people just brush it off. It's like, oh, they're just being dumb. It's like. Yes, that's
like
it's
Trailer
ridiculous.
Park Boys,
huh?
like Trailer Park Boys.
Oh my god,
dude!
bro.
Somebody told me
Did you see
recently,
the movie? Trailer Park Boys movie where they steal the change?
I think I've seen Trailer Park everything by this point.
Oh
And-
man.
And like somebody was talking to me recently, and that came up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I cannot watch this." And I'm like, "Why?" It is hilarious. And they're like, "Well, they're just being dumb," and I'm like, "Exactly the point of the show."
Yes.
It's like, what is
Yes.
the dumb? Like, if he had two functioning brain cells
Yeah.
in your mind, this is exactly what you would do. Like, that's it. Like this. I mean, Ricky. Like the shit that he gets into.
He's just so cool.
Yeah, like
Like in the movie where they at the beginning where they steal, they break in, they back into the store, they load up the car with cigarettes, and they drive away, and the helicopter is chasing them. He's like, "Yo, I gotta pee." He's like, "No, I'm gonna stop. We're being chased, dude. I'm gonna pee. You better stop." And like convinces them to stop, runs out to pee, and like convinces these fucking cops that's like, "Oh no, you guys, like plays them the fuck out."
confuses them.
It confuses them, and it's so good.
It confuses
it's so
them.
good, yeah.
Like-
He's so smooth, just like, "Oh, guys, you." Oh, what's his friend's name? The one that's always holding the drink?
Bubbles or
No. Bubbles.
Julian,
I love
Julian.
Bubbles. Julian.
Yeah,
My dude
Julian.
always has at the strip club. He's like, "You stealing drinks? What? I brought this with me."
He always has a drink, man. Julian is
Yo, he's driving, doing the big dirty, just fucking stealing shit. He's like, always has a fucking drink.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit's great.
It's amazing. It's an amazing show. And again, acquired taste of humor. Like you have to see for what it is.
Oh, I feel like you have to have that type of humor.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
why-
acquire it. I
so-
feel like you have to have that type of humor.
Have you
know?
have you seen Knives Out?
Knives Out? No.
Yeah. So it's with the dude that plays Captain America. So I was like,
Oh, what?
yeah. I was like,
It's a recent movie?
2 years ago maybe.
Okay.
But we're talking with a couple of friends of mine recently about that movie, and I was like, yeah, I didn't like it because it was just so dumb. And they're like, yeah, man, it's a satire. They all knew that they're in a murder mystery. And I was like, oh, I totally did not get that.
And that's fair,
Because I did not, I was like, oh. Because I view it through the lens of murder mystery, not
Right.
comedy.
You're
I'm
like you're expecting something.
Yeah. Because like I viewed it
Yeah.
through like,
Right.
let's say, as if they were in a modern version of Clue.
Another great movie. I love that fucking movie with
It's fun.
Tim Curry, bro. I love that movie. Like I bought that movie. I saw the movie once on like cable TV or whatever. It was like just regular. I was like, nah, I need to get this DVD.
Yeah,
I remember that shit cost like $3. Like, nah, I need to get that shit. I had a crush.
shit.
I had a crush on the lady in the green dress. You remember?
Yeah.
I was like, I like her.
She's nice. All right, and on that bombshell,
That bombshell.
peace. Thank you for
Laters.
joining, and see you in the next episode.
Ooh,
Later.
Yeah.
Oh.